What's up, boys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be going over today's market and price action. So if you guys don't already know, I trade SMC, also known as ICT. I'll be going over what happened today, which was the, I think, 19th of June 2025. And I'll be going over how price looked like. It was very, very clean. It's probably the cleanest I've seen in a while. And I'll be going over the trade that I would have taken if I was awake. I've been a bit sick for the past week or so, so I haven't got up for the market open. But I still go over and see what happened during market open hours. So we can see clearly this is on the S&P 500 future, so it's called ES1. We also look at NQ1, which is basically the NAS 100 too, but for the time being, my screen wants to load. We'll be going over what happened today. So it was a very clean price action, as I've said. We've seen, I think it was a fair value gap retracement, which I will show you guys. Where do load? By the way, just letting you all know, I'm making the switch to futures. So I initially just traded Forex, GJ, and gold. Now I'm switching to futures. I know a few people that trade futures. It seems they've got good results, and I've been backtesting futures, and it seems that on market open, my strategy seems to work pretty well. But so we can see here, if I just clear all this. This is on ES1, and we go to the 5 minute, which is what I will normally use. We can see on the S&P 500 future that we have a few fair value gaps here that are trying to get filled, like this one. This one comes in, gets filled, pushes to the upside. If we go on NQ1, there are some fair value gaps here. None of them get filled. Well, this one gets filled, but it doesn't get filled, if that makes any sense, in the fair value gap. It pushes past, so that's not like a retracement. So back to ES1, we can see that this is the fair value gap that got filled and then pushed to the upside. So we would have entered off ES1 here, but we need an entry signal on the 1 minute too. So we go to the 1 minute and price wants to load. And by the way, just let you guys know, if you guys trade futures or have any knowledge of futures and you want to join a Discord community of mine or a guy named Soul Trades, shout out to Soul Trades. I'm sure I'd love to invite you in, and we have some good discussions there about trading. Right, so on the 1 minute now we're in, we have a doji candlestick, which you guys call, or a lot of you guys like to call it a reversal candle. We also have a engulfing bullish candlestick here just after it, which both of these are entry signals, depending on what your risk tolerance is like. If you're a bit more risky, you probably enter here. A bit less risky, you'd probably enter there. I would probably have entered here today because my bias was bullish, based off probably wanting to come and take out these highs and then push to the downside, which we did. So we pushed way past these highs and pushed back to the downside a bit. Right, so say I would have entered here, I would have set my stop loss probably in this fair value gap somewhere, or just below the load. Again, if you want to play it very risky, you would just set your stop loss below the low here, or if you wanted to be a bit conservative, you probably place it below this fair value gap, and then you most likely want to set your take profits, sorry about the internet, at these highs, probably here. So I would then set my take profit at this high just there, which would have gotten smashed out. And that's for the very risky people, a 1 to 6 risk reward trade, which is crazy. And then for the more conservative people, you might set your stop loss below this fair value gap. That is a 2.26 risk reward trade, which is still very decent. I would happily take that any day of the week. And you just want to kind of keep up, hopefully, if you're winning trades. Keep your strategy, use good risk management, have discipline, and I can almost guarantee that you can be profitable. as long as you have the slightest edge, and that's what would have happened today on today's market open. And I guess I will see you guys tomorrow for a recap on hopefully a trade I actually got to took, because I was up if I'm feeling up to it. If not, I might not post tomorrow, but I'll hopefully see you guys soon. So thanks for watching this video. See ya.